right, we're gonna. I'll handle all that. I'll handle all that.
And so
it is an honor and a pleasure. It is also very humbling for me to be before you. I remember when I used to stand in the back and look at my mentors, Brother Hutt, Brother John Jackson, Brother Coward, big and little. Brother Tracy Proctor, if he's here today.
He's sick.
Is he?
He's not feeling well today.
Okay, good. And so many others that paved the way for me to stand before you today, and that made it my call to treasure our history. Brother Hutt has been a mentor, so it's sort of kind of hard following him, but it's, like he said the words, it's good to follow. What I want to do is I want to talk about the founders. I want to make this fun. I want to make this informative. I don't want to preach to you, but I want us to learn, and I want us to be able to teach. In 1914, these three men decided to found a fraternity when 3 fraternities were already established. Two of them were on this campus. Can you tell me why you think they thought it was a need for another? Anybody? Let's talk. Like quiet?
Because of what they were seeing or lack thereof.
Okay, well, you said because of what they were saying or lack thereof. What else? Think of the time. Light skin, dark skin thing was very prevalent. And I don't know if you noticed, but all of our founders were dark skinned. More of a darker hue, darker complexion. Now, what I want to do, I'm not a PowerPoint person, but I put together a PowerPoint for you. But I want to read you a few things. How many of you have ever read anything written by the founders? Brother Jackson, you the last one. Your thoughts?
I think of Alex and Taylor as a very deliberate individual. And one thing that strikes me, I didn't think about this when I was at Howard, but they were all older than us when they joined and they formed Sigma, right? Because at that time, you had to work your farm or wherever you came from, and then before you were able to go to college to become cultured. January 9th, 1914 is not just happenstance. So you're very deliberate. Very deliberate.
All right, what do we first picture known of Phi Beta Sigma? Okay, and there, you can make a lot of assumptions because Founder Brown is in the picture, but he left Howard June 3rd, 1914. Or it's assumed that he left June 3rd, 1914. That's when he graduated. But how many of you can name 10 brothers in this picture?
Samuel P. Massey, Joseph A. Franklin.
You don't have to name them, but he went through and identified as many brothers as he could in the picture. By using us, we've seen this picture 100 times, and we can't name 10 brothers in the picture. So what does that say? Now let me read to you. Next slide, brother. All right, here are all of them rarely seen, but I want to share. The first one is most honorable A. Langston Taylor. The second, you have joined an organization whose basic principles, brotherhood, scholarship, and service, underlie the fundamental purpose of the human race. Without these principles, human society was a letter. How many of you know Brother Francis Hall? Brother Francis Hall plans to hear Alpha Chapter, introduce 2 clubs, spring 19. He was also the author of the Sigma Line that helped me on my journey. I was able to meet Brother Hall, and we became very good friends. I used to go and sit with him, watch the football games. He was a staunch member of Alpha Sigma chapter. He had left chapter. But he still was sharp, still had his wit, still had his memory. And when I tell you he knew Sigma history, and he documented it. We used to have to go to his house and clean up and feed him, and he would pull stuff out and tell us things, and I would never. And it was history of our fraternity from the 30s until he got sick. I have in my possession 2 copies of his original Sigma Life. I have his notes, I have his interviews, I have Crescent magazines that date back to, he became a Sigma in 1935, his first conference was in 1935. I have the 1935 Spring Crescent that he signed and the president at the time, the Honorable Jesse Lewis, signed. He knew 2 of the founders intimately and had met them. He knew Founder Taylor very well. And he used to tell us a story about Founder Taylor and spam. How many of you heard the spam story? And one day we'll discuss that because I don't want to take up that much of the time. I just want to keep going real quick. Now, I want to read you another. Can we go to the next slide? Oh, can we go to the next slide? I'm sorry. Here again, this was Founder Taylor and Founder Morse at the 35th anniversary of the fraternity in 1949. We have the picture, and for whatever reason, they superimposed them in the corner. So they're in the corner, and for whatever, there are very few pictures of them together, but that's one of them. And this is what we were able to find on Founder Brown. Unfortunately, everything is from 1914. Next slide, please. Okay, the spring 1939 Crescent magazine. What I need to tell you is very interesting because from 1915 to 1935, Founder Morse wasn't around. He was raising his family, doing his education, getting everything together. He was not around. They had to come back and reclaim him. They found him in 1935 and brought him back. And of course, we still are not sure of the footsteps of Founder Brown, even though we have some knowledge and some information, but it's not as concrete as I think it would be. But a number of brothers worked very hard to put it together, to trace it back. Is there a way you can zoom into that part? There we go. He says it was a late fall Saturday afternoon in 1913 when A. Langston Taylor came into the room and we shared on 3rd Street in Washington and said, "Morse, what do you think about the possibility of organizing a new fraternity here at Howard?" Strangely enough, I had been turning the same thought over in my mind for several weeks. I had once approved the idea. Right then and there, our beloved Phi Beta Sigma was born. Charles I. Brown, a senior and classmate of Taylor, was asked to join us. He readily agreed. The trio started to work, arranging, planning, and making a very careful selection of a few college men whom we believed possessed the ideas we hoped to represent. Weekly meetings were held at the 12th Street YMCA, where we worked, often late into the night, on such items as name, rituals, law, ceremony, personal seal, and pen. Now, get this. We soon invited brothers Scruggs, Taylor, Nelson, Wilson, and a few others. If you look back in history, you don't find anything on our brother Nelson. And this is some of the things, when you start digging, you find things that come up like, well, wait a minute, who's Brother Nelson? And what role did he have in it? Because we haven't been able to find anything on him. So I just wanted to give you that, and I'll make sure you get a copy. Next slide. I actually don't have this crescent, but I know where it is. That's Founder Taylor's letter that he wrote, and I just read the 2 paragraphs. Next slide. Now, this one is very interesting. Founder Taylor, in 1949, at the 35th, he wrote the first 4 years of the fraternity. Fred, if you can just zoom into this paragraph right here. Right there. There you go. Brothers, as chairman of the organizing committee, I reported how I conceived the idea of founding the fraternity and the 3 years of unrelenting toil I had given to developing of the plans. I closed the report by recommending that we form a permanent organization to be known as Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity. Ready for this? How many of you knew this? Upon motion made by Charles I. Brown and seconded by William S. Vincent, the recommendation was accepted and Phi Beta Sigma became a national fraternity, in fact, as well as in dreams. At least we had the structure for a national organization. We started as a collegiate fraternity, and a lot of people forget that. I think it's because of our makeup. But they were one step ahead of the game. The election of the officers was the next order of business. Next slide, right? And he goes on to talk about a little more about what they did. I'll make sure you get a copy. Next one. Next one. All right, real quickly. Everyone always asks me, is this the original banner? It is not. Brother Todd LeBon and his beautiful wife Lisa out of Connecticut remade the banner based on what it was. And I've had it for years. What it was. However, Brother Mark Pasich, Brother Mallett, if you go to the Thomas W. Turner collection, he was the first African American to receive a PhD in botany. He was one of our first honorary members. His collection is here on campus. There's an Alpha Chapter banner in his collection. So once, I guess, Moreland Spingarn opens back up, or if it's still open, you can go there and check that out. Next slide. Okay, interesting facts about our founders. How many of you know, how many of you from Washington, D.C.? How many of you know where Barry Farms is? Okay. We found that Founder Brown was born in Barry Farms.
Yes, it was.
Okay. It's interesting fact. Next slide. This is he didn't, Brother Pasich has the original letter. This only will give me a piece of it. But when Founder Taylor came here in 1910, he wrote a letter to his sister. And Founder Taylor stayed at 229 Elm Street. Let me get my bearings straight. That's over that way, right? Down that way. So when you get a moment, go past 229 Elm Street. If they let you take a picture, because that's where he stayed. Next slide. And Brother Hall, as I said, he was meticulous. A number of you have had it. I have his brain that he carried. They had to get signatures. And he got signatures from 1935 up until 1950 throughout of famous signatures. And I didn't bring the book with me. I forgot, running around today. But this is one of the things that Founder Morse left us with. Mm-hmm. A Sigma man, therefore more than a man. That's what he put in this book. Next slide, Frank. Now, this is hard to read, but I'm going to read you something. Read this. Brother Hall, as the author of the Sigma Light, has the original copy, and it's in the Alpha Sigma Museum now, dedicated on his behalf from his estate. The draft copy of the Sigma Light that was approved by the General Board in 1946. It is a beautiful thing to read. It is tough to read in some areas, but very powerful. He wrote a letter about founding the fraternity. What's interesting is the board approved the full manuscripts for the Sigma Light, but for whatever reason, this letter did not get in there. I don't know why. I wish I could ask you, but he says, as a founder of one of the major fraternities in America, the writer of this article knows that this concept of college or graduate fraternity is unfounded. While not even a fraternity founder will deny that there are some smug chapters here and there, some individual members whose opinion of themselves is somewhat inflated. Such is not the general situation in the average fraternity or the rank and file of chapter memberships. Founding a fraternity, one must visualize the future in order that ideals formulated and standards set remain pertinent influence through many generations. To be beneficial in the lives of unborn generation, ideals and standards must be so high that future generations find themselves striving to reach them. In this loftiness of purpose, that gives the uninitiated the idea that the Greek letter fraternity is nothing more than a group of snooty, self-centered persons who purposely choose to lift themselves above their fellows. The framers of the Constitution of the United States had to meet the same prejudice for the same reason. To establish a government more than enduring than those lost, unwielding confederation, the fathers of this nation had to think and plan far above the concepts and ideals of the average mind of their day. History has proved and daily gives added conviction of the soundness and almost prophetic insight of their thinking. Next slide. I'm going to end it there. And I will stop there, and I'm going to give you one more last thing that the Honorable Brother Dr. I.L. Scruggs wrote in 1964 at the 50th anniversary. Brothers, I leave you with this. Brother Scruggs wrote, Brother Taylor never meant to be the whole play. He always remembered that scores of others had helped him. One of his strong points was his ability to persuade others to act, to join in the fun, as he would say. He always looked forward to the day when he could fade into the background and become just one of the boys. No man could have ever given more of himself to his brothers and demanded less. We salute to A. Langston Taylor, the greatest name in Phi Beta Sigma. Thank you, brothers.
I now have the privilege of introducing our Chapter 2nd Vice President, Brother Makai Emmanuel.
This observance would not be complete without the recognition of the tireless efforts and achievements of our local collegiate and alumni chapters who embody the principles of our beloved fraternity every day.
Good evening, brothers. How are we doing?
Good evening.
My name is Brandon Drakeford. I'm the president of Alpha Sigma Chapter of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. And on this 111th Founders Day, as we continue to celebrate brotherhood, scholarship, service, and honor the ideals of cultural service for humanity, I definitely bring you greetings on behalf of the Alpha Sigma Chapter.
Greetings, brothers.
Greetings.
It's good to be here on this 111th Founders Day. My name is Sean Connolly. I'm representing the Alpha Phi Chapter, Fall 24. And I did not know I was coming up to speak today. But yeah, I just want to say, thank you for showing up, and looking forward to our cause speeding on its way as it has for another 111 years.
Amen.
Good evening, brothers, and happy Founders Day.
Happy Founders Day.
Honorable Brother Ray, Dr. Cockrell, DSC members, General Board, greetings from the brothers of Omicron Zeta Sigma Chapter, Prince William County, Virginia. And I'm the president-elect, so I'll just preface that to start. So on behalf of the brothers of Sigma Chapter, Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity, Montgomery County, Maryland, it's a privilege to bring greetings to this on this momentous occasion of 111 years of brotherhood, scholarship, and service, and to the many chapters gathered here, united in the recognition of the founding of our beloved fraternity. This really, does my heart good to see brothers back out. As brothers mentioned, our chapter was established by Brother Stephen E. Taylor, and we carry forward his legacy of excellence and service that he exemplified as a Sigma man. And so, his dedication to the fraternity continues to inspire us.
My name is Dr. Ray Soho. I serve as the Eastern Region Director of Education, but also a member of Theta Tau Sigma under leadership of Brother Michael Furby. It's an honor to be celebrating with you all on today. First and foremost, it's important for me to say that God is good. All the time.
Good evening, brother. Brother President Ray, Dr. Copper, members of the General Board, brothers of Sigma. This is indeed a great evening. It does my heart good to learn more about Phi Beta Sigma. So I thank you, Brother Christian, for that lesson this evening. And it makes me want to dig deeper and learn about those founders so that I can name more than 3 members in that photo. On behalf of the brothers of Zeta Sigma Chapter Baltimore, our president, Brother LaFon Porter, we wish you all a happy Founders Day. And we also wish you all a successful 2025 in Phi Beta Sigma.
And lastly, may we get not lastly, but may we get a representative from Alpha Chapter? Somebody. I wasn't expecting to give today. But I just have to say I'm super blessed to be here, and I am super blessed to be amongst all of you. This is really just a great, so grateful. Honestly, thank God for allowing me to be in this place. But yeah, Alpha Chapter has been working really diligently to tell you about some of the things we have been going on this past semester in the fall, and some of the initiatives we're posting as well. We had a really big initiative last semester going with some of our health initiatives. So we did a Health is Wealth Week as well. So we prioritized the health and wellness of some of the higher university students as well. We've also been working really diligently with our Red Cross blood drives, and we had a partnership with Black Health Matters with a healthy sexual event as well. So we've been doing really good here on the campus of Howard University. But in the next semester, we're focusing specifically on a DC gun control initiative hosted by our current chapter social action chair. I know Julian Cole, I know he's over there. I just want to give him his honor and stuff. But yeah, our chapter is working really diligently to now.
Good evening, brothers.
Good evening.
111. I am so happy to be in amongst one of the numbers with my brothers here, seeing my big brother, Kevin Christian, who texts me or emails me every week to make sure I'm up on my history, working with Brother Hutt, also in the workplace at D. Drew Freeman Middle School. So I love Sigma. I knew I was going to be a Sigma since middle school. Seeing the Sigma Beta Club be established at my school, and my parents being too broke to let me get in. But after that, I knew college, I have to do my thing, and that's what I did. I brought the HBCU to a PWI, and we cut up, chartering a Beta Beta Tau chapter, the chapter you can bank on, BBT. They went in and changed the name on us, but yeah, so it was an excellent opportunity for us to get together as brothers, and 4 of us made a pact to dedicate our lives to Sigma. I bring greetings from the National Panhellenic Council of Washington, D.C., where I was elected president this past election run. We are currently...
I am Benjamin Michelle. I am the corresponding secretary, and on behalf of Zeta Chi Sigma and our president, Stephen Davis, I want to congratulate each and every one of you and wish you all a happy Founders Day. I am celebrating my 44th Founders Day. Ooh. Yeah. My line brother.
Greetings, brothers. I'm not a chapter, but I'm the DC area director on. You don't remember signing that charter, right? On behalf of the 28th Eastern Regional Director, Honorable Nigel Coelho, Eastern Regional Board, the DC area, glad to wish you brothers happy Founders Day. I don't really have too many events. However, I would not be doing my job if I didn't remind all my chapters, which I serve, which would be all the chapters in DC, Southern Maryland, and Northern Virginia, to make sure that you guys put in your PAs by the 23rd. Put your CSAFs in and your chapter reports, so we can show the impact that we do in our DMV Beltway area, and so the organization as a whole can show its impact. Isn't that right, Brother President?
That's right. My name is Brother Tyrone Hurley Jr. I am a proud member. I came into this illustrious fraternity in spring 2002, right here at the Almighty Alpha Chapter of Phi Beta Sigma here at Howard University. But I stand before you now proudly as a charter member and the charter secretary of the Upsilon Omicron Sigma chapter, established October 26, 2024, on the beautiful island of Barbados, West Indies. So, on behalf of the 37th Southern Regional Director, Brother Kenneth Straughter, and our Alabama State Director and Chair of the Caribbean Expansion Team, Brother Abraham Evans III, I want to wish you all and my chapter president, charter president, Brother Ramel A. Cave, I want to wish you all a very happy Founders Day, a very prosperous 2025, and blessings from the rock that we call our beautiful 166 square mile island of Barbados, West Indies.
My name is Omar Douglas, and I am the current chapter of Omicron Delta Sigma. We are the Southern Maryland Sigmas. These are the brothers that you all don't know, your distant cousins. We also celebrate our 15 years, and I believe, just like Omicron Zeta Sigma, we all birthed out at Theta Tau Sigma. So we all establishing our 15 years of brotherhood, scholarship, and service.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Ethan Plan. I am the current International Second Vice President, and I'm a Spring 22 initiate into the ADA chapter of Phi Beta Sigma. Shout out to the ADA chapter at the illustrious North Carolina State University. And I'm just really happy to be here today. This is only my third Founders Day. And every year on Founders Day, there's just two things that really stick out to me about our brothers. It's the raw passion that our brothers have for our fraternity and the legacy that we leave behind. And I define passion as this innate desire to do something good for yourself and what makes you feel good and what you do for others. And every year I see that when I'm scrolling through these stories in our Founders Day, and I see all of our brothers' fondest memories being posted.
Y'all know what's next. As we commemorate the founding of our great fraternity and celebrate 111 years of brotherhood, scholarship, and service, it is only fitting that we are called to action by a leader who embodies these principles at the highest level. The Honorable Brother Chris V. Ray JD, our 36th International President, has been a guiding force in advancing the mission of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated and championing initiatives that uplift communities across the globe. His visionary leadership challenges us to not only honor our past, but to also actively shape the future. In addition to his role as International President, Brother Ray continues to make significant strides as the 20th President of Nova Scotia College, one of our nation's historic institutions of higher learning. His efforts to restore the college's accreditation, strengthen its financial foundation, and expand opportunities for students reflect his unwavering commitment to education and empowerment. A 22-year military veteran, Brother Ray's distinguished service includes the establishment of the 1st Cyber Brigade headquarters for the Army National Guard, exemplifying his ability to lead in complex and ever-changing environments. His professional and personal journey reminds us of the limitless potential within each of us when guided by purpose and resilience. As the 36th International President of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, Brother Ray has championed bold initiatives, including the development of a multi-million-dollar affordable housing complex right here in Washington, D.C. His work exemplifies the spirit of service that defines our fraternity and calls us to action in our very own communities. Brothers, it is with great pride and anticipation that I present to you the 36th International President, the Honorable Brother Chris V. Ray J.D., to deliver the keynote address.
I am absolutely taking him with me
on the road. Thank you so much, my brother. Job well done. Good evening, brothers. Good evening. It has been a great program. I won't say it's been a long program, but I will say it's been a great program. And thank you so much for the brothers of Alpha Chapter for extending the invitation for me to be here. Truly honored to spend my Founders Day on the campus where it all began, for Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. It is also good to be among so many brothers who I've had the opportunity to grow up with, to be around, to be a part of this amazing journey of being a member of this great organization. As international president, you get an opportunity to see the fraternity in a different light. We get a unique opportunity to see the global greatness and truly the fullness of our organization. I thought about what I wanted to speak about tonight. I didn't want to just deliver a regular Founders Day speech. So as I prepared to take my final lap as international president, I thought about what would be best to speak about tonight. I thought about why I wanted to be a Sigma. What made this organization stand out on the campus of East Carolina University? And it was the passion. It was a group of men who always got on the campus and made sure that they were tabling, having service projects for the students on the campus. It just spoke to me. As an 18-year-old individual, you can be somewhat filled with yourself. But here you had a group of men, young men, who were saying, I wanted to be a part of something bigger than myself. And I wanted to step into the gap and I wanted to make a difference for the lives of people. At 18 years old, I saw that for my brothers. And so it was that reason why I wanted to be a member of Phi Beta Sigma. Brotherhood. It is the true cornerstone of being a man of Sigma. It is the building block to why we are in this room tonight. Brotherhood. Brotherhood for me is not just the fact that we gather for chapter meetings. It is the fact that it is a group of men that I get the opportunity to spend my highest moments of my life with. I just got a new job. I just bought my first house. I just had my first child. I just got my first promotion. And I get an opportunity to be with my brothers and share those moments. But I lost my grandmother. My brothers was with me. When I got divorced, my brothers was with me. When I had some of the lowest moments in my life, my brothers was with me. That's what brotherhood is. That's why we do what we do. That is why we are a part of this amazing organization. Because we believe that on this journey, we cannot do it by ourselves. The brotherhood is what calls us to the action that we do. But it is knowing that I am a part of a group of men who will be with me until the day I close my eyes. I don't have to journey alone. That's brotherhood. And that's why I joined. And when the tides changed in my life, my brothers was with me. Scholarship. Some people will say that scholarship is just when you receive your degree. That is not what scholarship is. Scholarship is also about learning the world around you. Why does this operate the way that it does? Why do this individual act the way that they do? Why does this system move the way that it moves? That is you being curious about life and the world around you and how do you fit into it in order for it to be better. Scholarship isn't just about obtaining a degree. It's about learning the world around you so that you can improve the world around you. That is what good Sigma men do. Service. I have said it in every room that I have been in as international president. There is no one. There is no Divine Nine organization on this planet that does it better than Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. If you want to get something done in your community, you call a Sigma man. If you want to be on television or you want to hop around, you call other folk. But if you want to get something done, you call the men of Phi Beta Sigma.
And I don't say that because I'm a Sigma. I say that because I am absolute witness to it day in and day out. When I see the work that my brothers are doing around the world, I'm proud. I get to walk into rooms where I get to showcase the greatness of what men can be. Phi Beta Sigma makes me proud because I know that there is a little girl, a little boy in a community that's getting a scholarship or getting fed or getting something that they would not have gotten had it not been for the men of Sigma. I know that there are senior citizens that are being serviced because of the men of Phi Beta Sigma. Us taking the next step to break ground on an affordable housing complex, brothers, I don't know if individuals understand how transformative that is going to be for Sigma. We are literally telling the world that we are more than just a group of people who get together and party, that get together and just step. We are literally telling the world that here goes a group of men who are using their intellectual capital to transform the communities in which they truly live in at the next level. The community service that we do is important, but what we're getting ready to do in the next couple of months will be transformative for decades to come. Imagine we are going to house families in safe places for them to be able to be nurtured and to go out into the world and to be great. There will be individuals that we will never know their name that will go on and do great things because the men of Sigma decided to step their game up. As we move forward, and as I listened to the historians tonight, and we talked about where the organization is. Yes, shame on us if we're in the DMV area and we don't continue to have joint founder day programs. Shame on us. No one cares about your individual chapter. We are Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, not the chapter in which you were made and not the chapter in which you reside. Because no one knows the letters but Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity. And when we come together, it is the greatness of who we are and how we show the world by coming together. So my ask of you is this. Yes, the next Founders Day. It should always be one joint Founders Day in this area. And then show the rest of the brotherhood around the world. We don't need to have multiple Founders Days. That you need to just have one. And when that reverberates around all of Phi Beta Sigma, then the communities in which our chapters are in will see the power of our organization together. But it starts with someone leading the way. So let this region be the region that leads the way by showcasing what is possible when we come together. When I ran for international president, and oh, what a journey that was. My theme was simple. Believe. And believe it or not, when I became a Sigma in 1996, someone asked me why did I want to be a Sigma? And I believed then, just like I believe now, that when a group of men come together, there is nothing that we cannot accomplish. I believe that on the campus of East Carolina University, and I believe that now. So yes, we can build affordable housing apartments. Yes, we can build clinics and hospitals. Yes, we can build our own schools. We can literally do anything we put our minds to because we are the men of Sigma. My ask of you is this. As we march into the next 111 years of our organizational existence, think about why you did become a man of Sigma. Understand that yes, there have been someone that wronged you, that talked about you, that made you feel bad, that made you go to another chapter, and then made you rethink why you became a member of the organization. But you decided to be here tonight because you love the fraternity. Let me tell you, there is no fraternity if we do not have any brothers. There is no Sigma if we don't have any brothers. I tell all of our new initiates this. You're welcome. You are a Sigma today because I decided to do my black job. which was pay my dues, stay active, and make sure that this organization existed for you. You too now have to do your black job, which is making sure you stay financial, that you stay engaged, so that the next generation of young men will be members of Phi Beta Sigma. That is our call, that is our job, because when we come together and we continue to do this work, we will be transformative in everything that we do. I believe that. I fundamentally believe that. And that's why when I walk into rooms around the world, I put my chest out and I let them know I am a man of Sigma, and that I come from a rich legacy of men who were game changers and world changers, because that's who we are. And even though everyone I know will not get the opportunity to rise to the level of Phi Beta Sigma's international president, we all have the ability to serve. And when my time is done, you don't got to worry about me. I will make sure that I go back down and I will, be the guy in the chapter, making sure that I do my part, because that's the right thing to do. This is the moment, and I want to say thank you to each of the brothers in here that gave me the opportunity to serve as international president. But thank you for just allowing me to be a Sigma man, and for unlocking inside of me something that I did not know existed. My ability to serve, to use my brain to change lives for people, and to be able to come together with a group of men to be able to be impactful far beyond what I could ever imagine. I can do nothing alone, but I can do everything with my brothers, because we are the men of Sigma. God bless you all. Happy Founders Day.
Thank you, brother, so much. Before we call this event to a close, Brother Crispy Ray, Alpha Chapter Brothers want to present you with a gift. Anyone? Thank you. So as we bring this Founders Day observance to a close, let us reflect on the journey that we have taken here today. From the opening invocation to the inspiring words of our international president, tonight has been a testament to the enduring power of brotherhood, scholarship, and service. Our founders envisioned a fraternity to prepare today, whether dignitaries, committee members, or chapter representatives, demonstrates the unity and dedication that defines Phi Beta Sigma. As we part ways, let us carry forward the lessons and inspirations of this celebration. Let us remain steadfast in our commitment to uplift our communities, support one another, and honor the principles in which this brotherhood was founded. May we leave space to be energized to continue to work for our founders in which they began over a century ago, knowing that their vision and values remain our guideposts. As we conclude this momentous celebration of our founders and our fraternity's remarkable journey, let us recommit ourselves to the ideals of brotherhood, scholarship, and service. May the legacy we honor here tonight inspire us to forge a brand new path of excellence, unity, and impact. Brothers, remember that our strength not only lies in our history, but the future we create boldly together. Let us move forward with purpose, embodying the spirit of Phi Beta Sigma in all that we do. And as a final thought for tonight, let us remember that while positions such as international president, chapter president, or director are all powerful and hold great strength, there is no greater honor there is in this fraternity than being a man of Sigma. Yep. So I thank you all for being here tonight, and may our cause be on its way. Thank you.
Amen.
Let us bow our heads. Heavenly Father, as we conclude this 111th Founders Day celebration, we give thanks for the fellowship, wisdom, and inspiration shared this evening. We honor the rich legacy entrusted into us. We seek your guidance as we strive to uphold the ideals of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. Grant us the courage to continue to do the work of Sigma, to do the work that our founders started, the wisdom to serve with humility and compassion, and the strength to face challenges with faith and perseverance. May the bands and bonds of brotherhood grow stronger, and may our efforts bring light and hope to those we serve. We ask for your blessings upon our leaders, our members, their families, and those we encounter in our journey. As we depart this place, but never from thy presence, may we carry the spirit of Sigma and this celebration with us, remaining united in purpose and dedicated to building a brighter future for humanity, for the cause of what this organization has been founded on. In your name, we pray. Let all the Sigma men and those who are present say amen.
Amen.
Brandon.
The founders of our wondrous band, in numbers over 3, taught idly how, which soon became a part of every feat. Said they are cause, let us make known, oh brothers, don't dismay. Fear not, fight on, for in this wise our cause speeds on its way. Fear not, fight on, for in this wise our cause speeds on its way. From western plains to eastern hills, there comes a shout of praise, a shout which tells of victory, this day's Sigma race. A shout which swells to loud the rocks, and to us seems to say, fear not, fight on, for our cause speeds nobly on its way. Fear not, fight on, for our cause speeds nobly on its way. March on, ye mighty hosts, Lord, think the journey done, nor of the future east to boast, till we the victory won. And when we hear from time to time, oh Sigma, what of the day, we'll thunder back along the line. Our cause speeds on its way. We'll thunder back along the line. Our cause speeds on its way.
With the best in common, I believe in unity and purpose, trust in the body, culture for service, service to humanity. These things constitute the true test of a violated Sigma man.
Yes, sir.
And when we hear from time to time, oh Sigma, what of the day, we'll thunder back along the line. Our cause speeds on its way. We'll thunder back along the line. Our cause speeds on its way.